functions. It isn't, it's both.
Like for the students with STEM background, they tend to focus on the numbers more. And for people from social science background, which they didn't get in touch with a lot of formula while they were learning in their own discipline, they are more comfortable in the interpretation part.
Yeah, I think that's a fair summary. Well, part of it's a difference in writing skills. So if you're from a verbalized discipline, English, I guess, would be the obvious example, you're used to writing long papers in English prose, and a lot of which is kind of interpretive. You're kind of interrogating text, trying to understand what an author is saying. And that skill carries over pretty naturally to interrogating something like a t-test result that's testing to see whether there is a significant relationship between two variables. And they want to know more than just what the correlation coefficient value is. They want to know what it means in context. And they're kind of used to thinking that way. People with more of engineering kind of background just want to make sure that the numerical answer is correct. They're much less interested in understanding what it means in the applied context of the problem. But you really have to have both those skill sets to do well in statistics. Just getting a numerical answer, it's okay, but it's not the point. And even if you can interpret things, you still have to interpret the correct result. Otherwise the interpretation doesn't count for very much. So having both skill sets in pretty much equal measure, it is not the way that most people are trained to operate. They tend to lean more one way than the other. And so the engineering types tend to be pulled in the direction of interpretive analysis, and the verbal discipline types, let's say an English doctoral student, they have to be taught how to get the correct answer and then put it in context later.
Yeah.